Hey Strategy Pros, what's up? We are back for our first official video, and today we are going to be reviewing Monopoly National Parks. This is not the original Monopoly. It's one of the different kinds, sort of. Right now I actually don't have, or I don't know where my original Monopoly is. So, but this is basically it's pretty similar. But yeah, that is it. Monopoly National Parks. So, yeah, today we are going to be reviewing Monopoly National Parks. Watch till the end because I have a special little surprise I'm going to show you guys at the end. Well, two surprises actually. So, stay till the end to see. Okay. So if we, here, let me turn this here. Might be kind of hard to see, but okay, so if we open this up, we have all the money. We have the instructions manual. And we have the board right here. This is the board right here. And I'll get to that in just a second. This is used before, so I might have to put a little bit of this away quick. Like there's a little bit of money out and a couple of the cards are scattered, but no big deal. We can easily just fix that. Okay. There we go. And then we have two dice right here, two white dice. We have all of the houses and hotels, or in this, they are campsites and ranger stations. But otherwise, in the original, they're this is actually red, but I'm pretty sure these are actually still brown. And then we have the battlefield. Normally this would be like this would be like what's it like? Chance, I'm pretty sure, and another one has like basically one has a little picture of a question mark, and then the other has a little picture of like a treasure box. And then this right here is the other one. It's historic, and that's battlefield. And then of course we have all of the properties. They're roughly about all the same. They're all the same colors as the normal. Just they are different places. Like normally these are the train stations, except in this they're like different events that you can do at the national park. Like this is river rafting, and then there's also, I'm pretty sure, like well, let me see another one here. There's got to be another one here. We got river rafting, and then there's also like, oh yeah, and then you got like nature hiking and rock climbing and bicycling. And then of course, you always need these for a game. We got all the different pieces. The first piece, we have a little camera. We have a canoe. Let me just put these over here. We have a canoe. We have a little like ranger hat type thing. See that little ranger hat? We have a shoe. We have what looks like a tent. Like a little tent there. And then we have a buffalo. Maybe kind of hard to see that one. Yeah, that's a buffalo. But those are all the things that it comes included with, and that is what it looks like. We have all the money that goes here, all the house and stuff, and then the two different types of cards, and then all of like you can put the dice and the pieces all in here, and then the board just goes right on top here. But okay, let's check out this board quick. Let's see what the board looks like. Okay, here we go. We have the board here. It's the normal size of the Monopoly board. It's the normal classic Monopoly board. And it goes pretty similar. So right away we have, right at the start, we have the browns. And in this they are I'm not even gonna. You guys might be able to read that, but I'm not even gonna try and pronounce some of these. But yeah, we have the Browns, and then of course we have the always in Monopoly, you got the little thing or whatever right at the beginning that says pay $200 if you land on it. And then we have one of the events. And then it goes on to the blues, the late blues. And we have Death Valley, Arches, Redwood, and then there's the jail. The jail and just visiting. And then right here on this side, we go right into the Big Bend, and then there's one of the two kind of like the waterworks or electric company, but in this case it is the volcano, and the other one will come up shortly. And then we have Olympic and Great Smoky Mountains. That is a big thing in I got this in Tennessee. That is where one of the national parks is, one of the big ones. And then we have rock climbing, which is another kind of like a railroad, another one of the events. We got rock climbing. And then we go into the oranges, and we have Everglades, and we have Carlsbad Caverns, and we have the Grand Teton, or Teton. I can't say it. I never was able to say that. I don't know. Leave a comment down and down below in the comment section on what that is. It's either like, I don't know, maybe Teton. I don't know. Please don't get mad at me for not pronouncing that correctly. But and then we have the free parking, and then it goes on to and then it goes on to the reds, and we have Akeda, and then yes, I haven't been saying, but there is all throughout scattered on the board. There is like the battlefields and the historics. And then we have Bryce Canyon, and then we have Zion, and then another one of the events, which is bicycling. Sorry, I didn't say that right. And then we have, see, I've never heard of the Bryce Canyon. You guys might have if you ever been there. Comment down if you ever been to national parks in Tennessee. And then we also have the Grand Canyon, which is one of the yellows. We're going into yellows now. I don't know, it may appear orangish. That may just because of the camera, but if it's on, to me it looks orange, or on the camera it looks orange. But maybe it looks yellow to you guys, I don't know. But then we have the Grand Canyon, and then we have the Denali. Don't exactly know how to pronounce that. And then here's the other like electric company or waterworks. But in this case, it's the geyser. And then we have the Rocky Mountain. And then, of course, the good old classic go to jail. Old grumpy dude right there. We got the classic old go to jail. And then we go into the greens. We're almost there, guys. And we have the Glacier Mount Rainier, I think that is. And then we have Sequoia, I think that is. Sequoia. And we have then another one of the specials, or one of the events, river rafting. And then we also have, now we're going into the blues here, the final ones, the dark blues. And we have Yosemite, I think that is, and then Yellowstone, good old classic Yellowstone. And then right between them, there is the one of the bad things that you don't want to blind on, purchase annual pass, and it says pay $100, which is not good in your case. But yeah, that is the board. That is the entire board there. That is the entire Monopoly board in this. Okay, so now that you guys know all of the kind of stuff that comes in it, But yeah, anyway, now that you know, 1 second, give me just a second, sorry. Sorry, I just had to do something quick. Okay. But yeah, now you guys know what everything comes with, and what the board looks like, and all of those different places that are on it. And then, of course, as I showed you before, this is the little manual, and yeah, it is multiple pages. It's not just this front. But in case you do want to know everything, it includes 1 game board, 6 collectible tokens. Oh, I think that. Oh, those are the pieces, like the people, basically, or your piece. 28 tile deed cards, which are basically like the historic or battlefield. And then we have 16 historic. Wait. 28 tile deed. Oh, wait. Those are the properties. Sorry. I am so sorry. Those are the properties. And then we have 16 historic site cards and 16 battlefield park cards. And then we have the custom national parks money. In case you know, I will, if I ever get like a classic, I will show you the difference. But it is a big difference. This looks kind of, in my opinion, I think it looks kind of cooler. This is the $1. But yeah, they do look different. Trust me on that. They do look different from the things, from the normal. And then we have 32 houses renamed camp. Like normally they're houses, but in this they're campsites. And then we have 12 hotels, but in this they're renamed ranger stations. And then 2 dice, 2 normal white dice. And then I will read some of the rules to you guys too, just so you know that. Okay, here. So we have, here's how to play. How do I win? Be the only player left in the game after everyone else has gone bankrupt. Do this by buying properties and charging other players rent for landing on them. Collect groups of properties to increase the rent. Then build campsites and ranger stations to really boost your income. Who goes first? Each player rolls the 2 dice. The highest roll roller takes the first turn. On your turn, number 1, roll the 2 dice. Number 2, move your token or your little character clockwise around the board the number of spaces shown on the dice. Number 3, you will need to take action depending on which space you land on. See, like, where did you land? Below. So I'll read that in just a second. It's another part of it or whatever. So, and it'll tell about what you can do when you land on a property. If your move took you onto or past the ghost space, collect $200 from the bank, and you will have like one person that'll be the banker, or one person that'll pass out the properties when you buy them, or sometimes somebody's just both. And then we have number 5. If you rolled a double, roll the dice again and take another move. So basically, let's say like you roll 2 4s, you'll go 8 spaces, but then you'll re-roll again, and then so basically you'll go 8 spaces, and then let's say you land on a property and you want to buy it, you can buy it, or do whatever you landed on, and then you roll again. Watch out, if you roll doubles 3 times on the same turn, you must go to jail. So the most doubles you'll want to roll is 2, but if you roll 3, you're going to jail, buddy. You're going to be in the bars. No! When you finish your move and action, pass the dice to the player on your left. So you go that way. Well, to you guys, I'm pretty sure it's inverted, so this might be your guys' left. And if it's not, then this is your guys' left. Now, okay. Here's another part. It's help, I'm in debt. If you ever owe the bank or another player more cash than you have, try to raise the money by selling campsites and ranger stations and or mortgaging properties. When you mortgage properties, let me just get one here. Okay. It might be kind of hard to see. You should maybe be able to read all that. But if you mortgage a property, on the back, so let's say you didn't have any campsites or ranger stations on this property. On the back, let's say you want to mortgage it. If it's, you'll have them like this against the board, sorta, like where you're sitting. But let's say you want to mortgage it, you'll flip it upside down, and on the back, you see that it says mortgage for $120 right there. And so you'll get $120, except if someone lands on this then, because it'll be flipped upside down, if someone lands on it, they don't have to pay you then. But let's say you had a house or a ranger station on it. Right here on the front, see all those little, you see all these right here? On the front, it says, each campsite costs $150 each. And then once you get 4 campsites, then you can basically take those all in, and then basically buy one more, and then it'll turn it into a ranger station. And what's the advantage of having more houses or hotels or ranger stations or campsites? Is right now, without anything on it, the rent, you only get $20 if someone lands on it. But if you have one campsite, then you get $100. If you have 2, $300, 3, $750, so on and so forth. And it just gets higher and higher. And then for Xeon, the specific one, it's a red. With a ranger station, it's $1,100. And you only start off with, I think, maybe like 1,000 something, maybe only 1,000. So you got to be careful. It's good in your case, but if the other person has something like that, you don't want to land on it. You'll lose a lot of money. Okay. But let's get back to this. Mortgage and properties. If you still owe more than you have, you are bankrupt and you are out of the game. So basically, if you run out of money and you can't pay any, I don't mean like, let's say you spent all your money and you have $0 left, you're not out of the game. But if you owe people money or owe the bank money, but you don't have it, you go bankrupt and you are out of the game. Disqualified. Gone. Pay whatever money you were able to raise. If the debt is to another player, give them all of your mortgage properties and any get out of jail free cards. The player must pay 10% interest on each mortgage property, even if they don't want to pay off the mortgage yet. If your debt is to the bank, all of your mortgage properties must be put up for auction. These are sold unmortgaged, face up. Return any get out of jail free cards to the bottom of the appropriate piles. And then that's all, like, if you are basically like out of money. Now here is the where did you land? Number 1. There are 3 types of properties. There are parks, so like kind of like the main places where you can buy. There's activities, and then there's also the volcano and the geyser. You can buy the property you land on for the listed price on the board space. Pay the bank, then take the tile card or like the card that matches the property and place it near you, face up. If you don't want to pay the listed price, the property goes up for auction. When buying property, you should plan to acquire groups. For example, if you buy a green park, you should try to get the other 2 greens during the game. Owning groups earns you more rent when other players land on them, and lets you build on your park for even bigger profits. Property owned by another player. If you land on another player's property, you must pay rent to them as shown on the tile deed card or the card. You do not pay rent if the property is mortgaged. It's tile deed, like it's face down, like I was talking about earlier. When it's face down. Important. The owner must ask you for the rent before the player to your left rolls the dice. If they forget to ask you, you don't have to pay. So basically, let me let you on in a little secret. If they kind of, maybe, weren't paying attention, and you give the dice to the person next to you, and they roll, you don't have to pay anything. So it's kind of a little bit of a sneaky little trick, but hey, it's the rules, not me. Parks. The rent for an unimproved park is printed on the matching card. This is doubled if the owner owns all the parks in its color group and none of them are mortgaged. If the park is improved with campsites or ranger stations, the rent will be much higher, as shown on the tile deed card. Activities. Rent depends on how many activities the other player owns. So there's only 4 activities on the entire board, kind of like the railroads. Here's the rent. So if you own 1 and they land on it, they only owe you $25. But let's say you had 2 and they only landed on 1 of them. Obviously, they actually have to They have to pay you $50. Let's say you had 3 of them and they land on 1 of those 3, they would have to pay you $100. And if you have 4, then it's $200 if they landed on any of them. The volcano and geyser. Roll the dice and multiply the result by 4. This is the rent you must pay. If the owning player owns both volcano and geyser, multiply the result by 10. So let's say you rolled a 4 and they only owned 1. Then let's say you landed on that 1 and they only owned 1, then they would be 4 times 4, and then just do that, and that's how much you have to pay. But let's say it was 4, still 4 or 5 or any number, but they had both of them, you would have to pay them 10 times the amount. So let's say you had 4, it would be 40, or you had 5, it would be 50. You get it. Now, this video has been pretty long, so I think I'm going to stop it here. We still have quite a little bit, so if you guys like this and want me to continue this, leave a comment down below, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and click the little bell button for more, to get notified when I make the next video. But until then, stay good.